Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Alex. Yeah, I had to get a haircut. My hair was growing out uneven. So it was either have an uneven hairstyle or a haircut. It is what it is. Don't worry. Give me about 2 or 3 months and we'll have a better looking hairstyle than the one we had from before. Just two basketball game predictions. Had breakfast. It's going to be the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Brooklyn Nets. You already know where this is headed. To me, this already has the strong implications that when we make it to the end of the season and get to the NBA playoffs, somewhere the first round, second round, or potentially the third round, you might see the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks face each other in the NBA playoffs. It's too early to tell, but they play tomorrow. So I did not see James Harden's debate because there were too many things going on. You got basketball, football, hockey's back. You got one division on Disney Plus. I haven't had a chance to get to view that, yet. So, yeah. So basically, you could kind of see we got a whole lot of stuff in 2021. All right, it's going to be 50-50. The Milwaukee Bucks could win 112-108. This basketball team for the last 5 or 6 seasons have made it to the NBA playoffs. They're by far one of the best defensive NBA basketball teams. Their offense is starting to get better. The problem that Milwaukee has is that they're due very good in the season, and then when the playoffs come, they kind of get exposed that second or third round. And this would be a chance for them to improve this season. And playing against the Nets, we'll have a chance to find out how real battle-tested the Nets really are. It's starting to get a little too hot, and whenever it starts to get like 85 or 90 degrees, my cell phone can turn off in the middle of me of filmmaking. So, basically you have to understand that the Milwaukee could win 112-108. So that's what I predict. But Brooklyn Nets. Can the Nets win 100? The Nets will win 107-104 with the new addition of James Harden with Kevin Durant and, of course, Kyrie Irving. This team is stacked. This team is going to win 45, 50 games a season. Their offense and defense has now been technically sound because James Harden will attack the basket with perimeter shooting, three-pointers. He can score 20, 30, 40, 50 points. So can Kevin Durant. And if you need Kyrie Irving to come, all three play at the same time, they're going to go for a combined 65 points because just imagine if these guys were on at the same time. You let them score 20 apiece, 30 apiece, or 40 apiece, which I'm going to go with 20 apiece because that's more realistic. If all three of them scored 20 apiece, that's a force to be reckoned with. They're going to go from being one of the okay basketball teams as one of the absolute best in the Eastern Conference because James Harden probably could be the difference maker. And if Kevin Durant get hot early and James Harden get hot, imagine if you sat down Kevin Durant and James Harden and then you had Kyrie Irving with another lineup. You still have trouble because if you put all three of them in the game, or if you take two of them out and leave one in, you're going to have a hard time trying to stop them on offense and on defense. This is kind of like Golden State of the Eastern Conference because you now have 3 superstars. You have a starting 5, you have a bench, you have a coach and Steve Nash. And maybe one more piece. I don't know, by the end of trade deadline, maybe they get another player. Excuse me. And we actually see what actually happens. So I do believe Brooklyn will pull it out 107-104.